Hi guys, I hope this is working. I just recorded the whole thing and then realized that it didn't actually record. So let's see how we do. So I just wanted to have you watch this video before you do the last video of the year because I want you to print out something which I've attached as a link on my school, but I want you to understand what it means before we use it in the next video. So it is a two-page document, but I specifically am hoping, and you're probably going to need to ask your parents for help with this, I want you to print it two-sided, all right? So there's usually an option on your printer. Do you want to print it one-sided or two-sided? Choose two-sided. And then when it asks if you want to flip on the long side or the short side, flip on the long side, all right? So let me just explain what it is. I've done it two-sided and it works out perfectly so that whatever I have written here, its matching thing shows up on the back. So let me first explain what each of these means. So F plus F, the F stands for fraction. So if we have a fraction plus a fraction, then what do? We flip it over and it says find the LCD and add. All right, and again, it's not in complete sentences. We just want kind of something to trigger our brain. So LCD then add should do enough to get you to remember what to do there. All right, next is fraction minus fraction. I flip it over and right there says LCD then subtract. All right, the next one says F times F, fraction times fraction. And when we flip it over, it says reduce if possible, then multiply across. So if you remember when we've been doing multiplying fractions, our first strategy was just multiply straight across and then reduce. But as the numbers get bigger, that's harder. So we've switched to reduce first, if possible, by looking along the diagonals, and then multiply across once you've fully reduced. All right. Fraction divided by fraction. Right, this is where we've been doing keep, change, flip, which I have written down there. Professor B calls it invert and multiply, so I've written both on there. But once you do keep, change, flip, then it's multiply and you switch back to that strategy. All right, reduce if possible, then multiply across. All right, these MNs right here stand for mixed number. So this is if you have a mixed number plus a mixed number. It could also be a mixed number and then a fraction, but as long as there's one mixed number in it, follow this, right? And I'm going to flip it over, and the strategy that it says keep as a mixed number. I can't tell you how many kids, once they learn how to multiply and divide mixed numbers, automatically want to change all mixed numbers into improper fractions. So don't do that. Keep it as a mixed number. Find the LCD and add. And then I also added on here, regroup as necessary. So that means that sometimes when you add your fraction part, you might get an improper fraction, in which case you'd have to regroup. It might not always be required. Some will, some won't, but do it as necessary. All right, mixed number minus mixed number. All right, again, keep that as a mixed number. Do not change it to an improper fraction. Then find the LCD and subtract, just like we did with regular fractions. It's just you're going to subtract the whole numbers and subtract the fraction part. So just do the same thing. Find the common denominator, subtract the fractions. However, you might need to regroup. We've seen many problems where the top fraction was too small to take away the bottom fraction, and that's when we had to do regrouping. Go to the whole number column and borrow or take one of the ones from there and regroup. So it's just a reminder that you might need to do that. All right, mixed number times mixed number. This is where we change to an improper fraction. And then we use the same strategy as you saw for multiplying. Right, and finally, mixed number divided by mixed number. You're going to change to an improper fraction again, and then either call it invert and multiply or keep, change, flip. Right, so you're going to go in and you're going to print this out, or if it's easier for you to make flashcards, I've put on my school what you need to put on the front and the back of each flashcard if you want to do that. Maybe you've got extra index cards around. Maybe you've run out of ink or something, but whatever you need to do, you can make your own if you want to. So just look on my school for that. But once you print it out, then you're going to cut them out like I've done here. right? And then we're going to use them in the next video, because what we're going to do is not one sheet that's all adding mixed numbers or one sheet that's all dividing fractions. We're going to have a sheet that is all of these mixed together, all 8 different types. So fraction plus fraction, mixed number plus mixed number, fraction minus fraction, mixed number minus mixed number, fraction times fraction, mixed number times mixed number, or fraction divided by fraction, mixed number times mixed number. So 8 different types that are going to be on there. And again, your brain is going to have to switch from one method to the other. Right now we've had it kind of easy because we have been just doing all of one type. So your brain has to know the process, but doesn't have to switch back and forth, right? So that's the purpose of these cards, is to help you when you're trying to switch back and forth quickly to remember, what do I do here? Is when I do mixed number plus mixed number, do I have to change it to an improper fraction first? Well, if you're not sure, then just look and it says right on the back, no, keep it as a mixed number and then make sure you find an LCD. Or if it's mixed number times mixed number, do I have to find a common denominator to do that? Right, look on the back, no, change to improper fraction. It does not mention finding common denominator, so no, you don't have to do that, right? So ideally, you would spread these out in front of you, not right on your worksheet because you're going to need room to work. But as you get stuck or think, I'm not entirely sure if I'm supposed to do that, take the card and flip it over and look. There's nothing wrong with doing that. In fact, it's advantageous because if you have a question in your head and you correct it right away, or answer it right away, it's going to start sticking in your brain and you will develop good habits. If you think that, for example, with mixed number plus mixed number, you're supposed to find, or you're supposed to change it into an improper fraction first, and you don't ever bother to check the card, you're going to develop bad habits and you're going to say like, oh, I need to change it to an improper fraction. You don't. So when you're first doing this, keep looking at them. Eventually what's going to happen is, the first 10 times you look at this, you're going to be like, I don't remember, let me look. And eventually you're going to see it so many times that you're not going to have to look. You've developed good habits and you know what to do, right? So keep them on hand. I'm especially hoping that you'll keep them on hand this summer, because when you get your summer packet, there's going to be a lot of work on there in fractions, and I want to make sure that when you come back in the fall, you're really solid on them, right? That this is something that, I'm not trying to get you to do anything new over the summer, but I just want you to come back and feel really confident with them, all right? So keeping them with you when we do the worksheet in the next video, and keeping them with you this summer when you do your summer packet, is really going to help you get to the point that you can just go bam, 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 I got this, I know what to do. So even if I give you a page with lots of different operations on it, in fraction form and in mixed number form, you're going to be able to switch quickly from one operation to the next and one form to the next without thinking about it very much. Okay, so your job before you watch the next video is either print this out, again, 2-sided, flip on the long side, and then cut them out, or make flashcards and have them ready. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, bye.